everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about a new concept called functional dependency. So, as the key or the key attributes are really important and plays a major role in relational database model. So, before learning the keys and their characteristics and roles in the database, we must know about the concept of functional dependency. So, let's start with this. Before functional dependency, you must understand what is the determination. So, determination is a state in which you properly know the value of one attribute, which makes it possible to determine the value of another one. So, in a given table, any database, if there is a particular attribute which is possible to determine individual records, all the records or rows in the given table, then that there is a possibility that attribute can become or characterized as a key. And this determination also established the role of a key and the relationships among them. Let's come to functional dependency. So see this example here. Stu num determines the value of Stu L name. So in a student table, the last name of multiple students, different students can be different, okay, or can be similar also. The student last names can be similar, but every student number must be unique or distinct from each other. So the student num has a capability, as it has unique values, it has a capability of determining the student last names, where there is a possibility that the last name can be repeatedly occurring in the table or database. So functional dependency is a concept where value of one or more attributes determines the value of one or more other attributes. So here, this in this given functional dependencies to num tends to, this is also called tends to or determines to L name. So here the stu num is called as a determinant or the attribute whose value determines another, that is your student L name. And student L name can be termed as a dependent, the attribute whose value is determined by other attribute, and here in this case it's to num. So let's understand, let's see some of the examples. So functional dependency, I just explained you the concepts. So let's take this table here, student number and student name. So if you see, all the student number has unique values, but some of the student names are repeated. So you can ask yourself, so does the student name has the capability of um, distinguishing or determining each record or identifying each record of this table? The answer will be no, because there are some repeated values. Okay, so if someone asks that provide the student number of the student whose name is Harry, so what will be your answer? Because Harry is being repeated two times, correct? So are you going to answer 2 or are you going to answer 3? So this is some sort of problem. So in this, because of this reason, here the student number will be considered as a key rather than student name. So the given functional dependency is here, student number tends to student name. So student name is the dependent and student number is the determinant. Now let's take this example, student number, course, and name. So see, all the unique values are student number, but some courses are repeated and some names are repeated. So here, what is your key attribute? That is your determinant, and what are the dependent? So here you can say student number can uniquely identify student course. If someone, let's say, want to find out this course is taken by which student, so if you can directly track what is the roll number and student number associated with it, which is 5, Then in there directly you can determine that 5 is associated with this course C++. Then student name is also repeated, that's why it will also act as a dependent, and student number will become a determinant. So this is all about functional dependency. Now let's come to full functional dependency. So in the full functional dependency, what does it mean? Here entire collection of attributes in the determinant is necessary for the relationship. In the example that I just told you, you had only one attribute on the left hand side, that is on the determinant side. So there is also a case that where you have to assume more than one attribute in the determinant side. This is also possible. Okay. So here, if you see, this is the first one. It's pretty easy. We have seen that. Now let's come to the second functional dependency. So here in the second functional dependency, what happens, determinant includes these two attributes, num and lname, but it isn't necessary for the relationship. Okay. But it's valid because for a given pair of values of these two attributes, only one value could occur for student GPA. Okay, so num and lm has a capability that together they can determine one unique value of GPA. So therefore, it's not a full functional dependency. But in the first functional dependency, if you see, without the student num attribute, you cannot determine the value of student GPA. So that's why GPA is fully functionally dependent on, solely dependent on student num.